Hi, I'm Annie Fitzsimmons. I'm your Washington REALTORS Legal Hotline lawyer. In follow-up to the video that we posted recently regarding showing services, dealing with brokers on one part of the state, hiring brokers in another part to show buyers, appraisers, inspectors, etc., houses, we have received follow-up questions along the lines of, but can't one broker show prospective tenants for another broker? And the answer is no. Real estate brokerage services includes the marketing of property not only to buyers on behalf of sellers, but also to tenants on behalf of landlords. Property management is a huge scope of real estate brokerage services. And so the question has been asked, yes, but property management services are an exception to the license law. You don't have to have a real estate broker's license to provide property management services in some limited circumstances. And that's true. You don't have to have a real estate broker license to provide property management services in some limited circumstances. But this video is speaking to members of the Washington Association of Realtors, meaning you hold a real estate broker's license. If you hold a real estate broker's license in Washington state, then the exemptions don't apply to you. If you hold a real estate broker's license and you provide property management services, you provide those property management services subject to Washington license law. So all of the same questions that are relevant to a broker showing a buyer are relevant to a broker showing a tenant. How are you getting compensated? Who's supervising? Who's keeping the records? And in the world of property management, the most fundamental question is, who has the owner agreement between the landlord and the real estate broker providing the services? If we've got a property in one part of the state managed by a property manager in another part of the state, or maybe you're in the same area and you just don't have time to do all of the showings. So you hire another broker to show tenants, prospective tenants, your landlord's property. Is that okay? Where's the ownership agreement for this broker licensed to this firm when the owner has an ownership agreement with this firm? No, it's not okay. And again, it would be an enormous undertaking for a firm to come into compliance as required to enable the firm, whether it's for the purposes of sales or the purpose of property management, for the firm to come into compliance with what would be necessary to either engage in or accept compensation for showing services. If you have questions on this topic or any other, please visit the Washington Realtors website, warealtor.org, follow the links to the Legal Hotline library, and ask a question. Thank you for being a Washington Realtors member.